Hello everyone, welcome back to another quick draft Throne of Eldraine. I noticed they are rotating this out in a couple days, or a day and a half really. So we will see what they bring in. Maybe something I'm good at? Wouldn't that be something, huh? Oh, I have my draft guide, right? Yeah, okay. Fervent Champion, haven't seen this before. It's a 1/1 knight with first strike and haste. And it likes other knights, and it likes equipment. That seems pretty good for a red knight. Very aggressive knighty card. Improbable Alliance, also, I believe, quite good. It's like the enabler for a red-blue deck. I think those are the only two cards we're even thinking about here. Righteousness is fine, but you're not going to first pick it. Before I look at the guide, which one do I suppose is better? I think it is probably Improbable Alliance, but I could be wrong. Like, this is an insane aggro card. If you draw it on, like, turn 1, it's pretty great, especially if you can follow up with some other knights. But if you can't, then, like, it's not all that great, really. And if you don't get enough equipment to make it exciting... Like, with equipment, actually, it's insane. Even in the mid-game, probably, right? Because it's a 1-mana card you can play, and then equip it for, like, probably 0 mana. And then attack with it on that turn, and it has first strike, and it's like a 4/1 or something. So that is pretty cool. But this is like a value machine that you can get down on turn 2, and if you draw it late, or you like can't close out the game in time, it's like it makes its own value and activates all your other value cards. So I suspect Improbable Alliance is better. Let's see what the draft guide has to say. So this is listed on line 3310, whereas Fervent Champion 3310 is listed on line 4486. I thought it was better than that. That's terrible. All right, we'll take Improbable Alliance. It gives you a great direction for red-blue, which, remember, is the theme that cares about drawing 2 cards per turn. So Ventress Paladin is okay, I believe. So Tiny is a decent combat trick. Prefers blue-black, of course, because of the mill ability. I suspect we want Charmed Sleep. But there is like this Bloodhaze Wolverine, which is a pretty great card when you are able to draw 2 cards per turn. So it kind of comes down to a choice of pick removal or pick aggro, right? And you're supposed to prefer removal generally when drafting, especially I think because we have this like long-term value card. I think we should aim towards getting to the late game. Okay, let's take it. I'm not considering any of these white cards. This is a very strong indicator for red-blue. Ventress Paladin is fine, but not really what I need. Blue-black. I saw blue, I got excited. It's okay, but... Mantle of Tides? I mean, it's equipment that is very cheap and likes you to draw multiple cards, so it's maybe not horrible, but I'm not excited about it. I'm not excited about any of this. Huh. Well... How good is Covetous Urge? We're not going to run it in a red-blue deck, but I might get like very few red cards and decide to ditch that red thing. It's not great. It's fine. It's maybe like a little bad even. So honestly, like Mantle of Tides is just horrible, but I think it's still the best pick here. Maybe we take a Fling, just to like... It's bad removal, don't get me wrong. But, for example, if someone casts Charmed Sleep on one of our creatures, you get value out of the creature by flinging it. Right? Something like that could happen. Whereas this is just like a 4-mana 4/1 haste that's probably not going to have Adamant most of the time. It just seems bad in a deck that so far is all about control. So I think I will like sideboard a Fling, as absurd as that sounds. Or maybe like Mantle of Tides at least does something most of the time, even if what it does isn't very great. Okay, fine. I don't know. And it's a little bit more mobile with Improbable Alliance, although still bad. Merfolk's Secret Keeper is obviously more of a blue-black thing. Not necessarily to say we shouldn't take it. It is a 1-mana 0/4, which is okay. Like, bad, but could be playable. And it's kind of classic that like blue would get a 1-mana 0/4, right? Because they're a very slow control-y color much of the time. And so just having a creature that can soak up some damage is a thing that blue likes, and we're kind of in that direction with this garbage. But I think a Witching Well is a better choice. Get us to our good cards and eventually activate our draw 2 thing. I think Opt. Yeah. I mean, Opt is a card that draws, and that synergizes with Improbable Alliance and all the other stuff we're hoping to combo with it someday. And it's just a totally fine card. There's like no red coming my way. This guy must be playing red, maybe even red-blue. Maybe I should have bailed. I don't know. I mean, obviously this is the only red card, and so I could take it, but I'm like, we don't have that much red. We should be looking at other colors, just in case something amazing comes. Like, All That Glitters? It's, like, not great, but it is a good card when you have the stuff for it, and blue-white is the color combo that cares about this, right? And we've already taken, like, 3 equipment or enchantment cards, 4 if you count this. I think that's actually better than just taking like a 3-mana card that doesn't fit with our deck. Now we have like the option of pivoting into white. Let's just actually draft it and we'll see how. I mean, I'm probably cutting one of these. It seems hard to run 3 color, but maybe you could run blue and splash both white and red. I don't know. This is all pretty horrible. I mean, this is another, like, equipment thing for our potential All That Glitters. The only other choice I see would be the Weaselback Redcap. As, like, a deterrent to attackers. Right? You play this and you don't attack with it. You just hold it back, and, you know, opponent doesn't want to attack with their 5/4 because you could spend 4 mana to trade it for your 1/1. So I think these are the 2 options. This is, I don't know, maybe Ventress Paladin is fine, just like a 4 mana 2/2 that might often be a 3/3. I guess like we need some way to kill them eventually, right? And a 3/3 flyer could do that. That's probably better than committing more to either white or red, which are both bad at the moment. Tome Raider is excellent. Witching Well is fine. But we want the Tome Raider. Horrible. All of it. Sideboard this, I guess. Well, okay, we could take a 2-mana 2/2. Just like a creature so that you don't die too fast. Okay, fine. Even if we end up cutting it, that's probably like more likely to get played than the tiny 1-mana card, whatever it was. Okay, here's something that cares about drawing multiple cards. Finally, no particular reason to go white here. Sideboard a Fling. Actually, the Puppet might be better. You get to scry, and like it's a little bit more defensive, which we sort of care about. At least it's like a little bit proactive, whereas this is I don't know. Really only good if you've had a creature like soft removed with Glass Casket or something, or Charm Sleep, or any of the many such cards like that in the format. Maybe it's fine. It's also like a potential finisher. I'm not impressed with it, but I'll sideboard it, I guess. Puppet, I guess, is better than a 7 mana card. Is it? I've taken a few, like, I've taken some fairly slowish stuff. Maybe what I need is a way to finish them, but I don't know. I think just, like, I'll finish them with 1/1 flyers, hopefully. Let's just take this to stay alive until that point. Again, sideboarding since it's not very good. Bartered Cow is like a 4 mana 3/3. Not that great. The food doesn't matter that much. All That Glitters would be cool with it, but we're, again, probably not running this. Let's just, in fact, make that clear. Okay, Realm Cloak Giant, I think, is actually maybe the best format in the creature in the entire format. Maybe the best card in the format. It's very, very good. Let me just open up the... Yeah, it is actually listed as the single best card in the whole set. And it's, like, obviously quite expensive. But I have drafted this before. Last time Eldraine was the format, and it definitely won a game or two. So I think we probably ought to take that and just, like, figure out what we're doing with this, like, mainly blue splash red white idea. But, like, a humongous board clear for 5 mana, followed by a humongous creature for 7 mana, is fantastic in a slow deck. Or in a deck that can survive to the late game, anyway. Yeah, I think that's got to be better than anything else, and I'll just have to figure out the colors somehow or other. I don't think we can not run that. Like, worst case, just cut all the red shit, right? Like, I have a couple of playable white cards. Mainly All the Glitters, I guess. And we did end up taking a fair number of artifacts and enchantments that will make All the Glitters pretty good. Bartered Cow, I'm not in love with, but I'm hopeful that we could actually run, like, all 3 colors, ideally. If we just don't commit too heavily to anything but blue, then we can be mostly blue. I just can't pass this card. You can see I've actually drafted it 3 times. This will be my 4th, I guess. Oh my goodness. Another big white card. Here's this Hypnotic Sprite, which... It's an okay counterspell and an okay creature, but I'm not that excited about it. Fairy Guidemother, I believe, is pretty good. I think this first strike creature is just, like, not really what I need. My deck is not about, you know, mid-sized creatures attacking. I'm more trying to live long enough that my flyers and giant clear can eventually kill them. And, you know, other flyers. And this is much harder to play in a deck that is not very white. At least this is on 7, right? By 7, you're more likely to have drawn 2 white mana anyway. Huh. I don't think this turtle's very good. I don't know, he's a 4-mana 1/5. The, like, something can't be blocked is not really a thing we care about, but being a 4-mana 1/5 is okay in a slow blue deck. Bog Naughty? Is this some sort of, like... I mean, obviously it's a food synergy card, but, like, what the hell is with the name of the card? Is it a phonetic play on the phrase bog body? Which is like, I know it from Dungeon Crawl, but it's a real thing that exists in the universe, the real life universe. Is a human cadaver that has been naturally mummified in a peat bog. Yeah. So I guess that's what this is a play on. Anyway, we don't want it, obviously. The other thing is Scorching Dragonfire is pretty cool. If we're going to commit to red, white, and blue, I think this is a pretty good card. Whereas everything else seems like kind of meh. So let's just take this. What's the worst that could happen? I can handle 3 colors. I'm a tough guy. I don't think I want to add green to the mix. Another Tome Raider, I think, seems by far the best. Flutterfox is cool, but it's more white, which I'm not excited about, and I want more draw more than I want a slightly larger creature. I don't know. I mean, I'm taking like a 3-mana 1/1 flyer over a 2-mana 2/2 flyer, but there are reasons, right? One is you get to draw a card, the other is this one doesn't always fly. Righteousness? Probably not. Unexplained Vision. Or Searing Barrage, just more removal. Okay. Shine Chaser? Probably gotta pick it. This is not really a thing. I mean, I don't know. It could be okay, right? But I have enough enchantments and artifacts. Having like a 3/3 flying vigilant is pretty cool. They just didn't say please, but meh. Okay, I think I'm getting like in over my head on this draft, but I'm having a good time, so who can complain? I'll just take every color, and then when I get color shoot, I'll be like, there was nothing I could do. Probably don't want any of this though. Well, I don't know. Just a 2-mana 3/2 defender is kind of good. It's in my colors. It'll help me not die. Sure. In my primary color also, you know, for what that's worth. Another one? I guess. I just said it was good, right? We can always cut it later. Red, black. No thanks. Beloved Princess? Signpost Scarecrow? It is a color fixing card. And I have that like double white giant card that this could help with. But then it becomes like instead of a 5-mana clear, it's a 6-mana clear that needs only 1 white. Or a 7-mana that needs 0 white. I think it's better than another Mantle of Tides though. Which is like not very good. Or a Beloved Princess, which we often won't be able to play on one anyway. And it's an artifact, which will help with a couple of our cards as well. Speaking of, let's put that bad boy back in. I don't know if I want to run it, but I think I want to draft it more than I want to draft anything else. So how much draw 2 did I wind up with? Opt, Witching Well, Improbable Alliance, 2 Tome Raiders. That's what, 5 so far? So I have 5 things that enable me to actually draw more, which would help with this. How many things do I have that benefit from drawing more? I have Mantle of Tides, although it sucks. 1 Wolverine, Improbable Alliance, And that's it. So this is an activator for the cards I already have, but I don't have very many of them. Whereas this is something that benefits from activators, and I have a fair number, I think. And also, it's like a 2-mana card that you can play. Although it's a pretty aggressive one, right? It's tough to draw 2 cards on the enemy turn. It's not impossible, but it's much better as an attacker than a defender. So maybe I should reconsider. But like, having aggressive cards is one way to win the game. Also, like, you put the Mantle of Tides on it, it's pretty gross at that point, right? Like a 4/4 first strike. Obviously, you can't count on doing that. Actually, I have a fair number of 2-drops already. I don't think I want that. Let's take all the glitters. Sorry. Thrill of Possibility. My eyes were over here. Thrill of Possibility. I don't know if I want to run it, but I think it's better than picking up a sort of mediocre 2-drop at this point. It's a fine 2-drop. It's just like, it's more aggressive than I really need. Everything here sucks. I don't think we're going to be running enough islands that I want this. And also, I don't have that many instants or sorceries that I'm that excited to put on top of my deck. Like, I have Opt and a couple removal spells. And this thing. I don't think I want any of it. But let's just draft this in case something changes. Okay, this is an artifact that is probably not going to be run, but seems better than anything else. Another cow, sure. Roving Keep, also not likely to draft. Not blowing anyone's house down today. And we're at what, 18 cards? Okay. Fairy Vandal. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a counter on. Now that's a good card. Ooh, or Arcanist's Owl. Now we had this card and Shine Chaser in our first Eldraine draft these many days ago. I think it's like 2 weeks for me, a week and a half maybe. I'm not sure how long it is for you guys. We have a fair number of artifacts and enchantments, but not like a huge number. We have like 5. So this, gets to look at 4 cards, which is 1/10 of my deck. So on average, you would expect the mean number you would hit is like 1.2. That doesn't mean you'll always hit any, but sometimes you will. Often you will. Probably... I was going to say probably more because you've drawn some of your cards, but that's actually fallacious, right? Because sometimes the cards that you've already drawn will be the artifacts you were hoping to tutor for, and it'll decrease, and it all cancels out in the end. Okay. So I think it's between that and Fairy Vandal, and I think I like Fairy Vandal more as... I don't know, it seems kind of weird, but I'm going to be running a little bit too much red, maybe? Actually, let's get rid of these 7 doors. They suck. I might not be able to actually play this on 4, and when I do, like, does it win the game for me? Sometimes, maybe. But this is a card that could perhaps get out of control. So I already have Opt. I have quite a number of cards that can activate this. Yeah, I think this card is very dangerous for the opponent. Oh! Into the Story and Shine Chaser. And what the heck is Lucky Clover? When you cast an adventure, you can copy it. That's interesting, but not relevant to my interests. The only adventure that I need to copy is this one, and it would not benefit from being copied. Kill them all twice! I don't know, I guess there are, actually that wouldn't... Would that work? Yeah, you would put them both on the stack, and then one of them resolves, and the opponent's creature that dies has a trigger that says, when this dies, resummon something else or whatever, right? Suppose such a thing existed. I assume it does, I just don't know of it in this format. And then that would get put on the stack before your second clear, and then the second clear would go off. But obviously that's a very niche situation. Not something we should be thinking about. I think these two are by far the best choices, and I think another Shine Chaser is better. It's getting a little bit harder to say that I'm only splashing white. Like, what exactly is the mana base for this nonsense? I have, at the moment, I mean, it would be a lot of blue. Maybe you want 17 total lands, right? And you want about the same number of red and white, given the colors we have so far. So call that X. The number of blues you have is Y. 2X plus Y is 17. Why am I doing this math? I don't know. Maybe run 755? Probably seems about right. I don't know. That seems fine. Shine Chaser is just a good card and I want it. Another Fairy Vandal is great and better than anything else. Yeah. I thought this was a Tome Raider and I was like, oh, it's great. And I was like, oh, it's a Fairy Vandal. It's even greater, I think. They're both good, don't get me wrong. Heraldric Banner. Oh, man. It's the weirdest color fixer of all. You just play it and name a color you don't have any creatures in, like white, and then you can play this white card. Ugh. Yeah, you kind of get to choose. I don't know. It's ramp in the color that you have a lot of, or really bad color fixing. I don't think we want to play this. Trapped in the Tower. Huh. I think it's the pick here. It's a good card, and I'm excited for it. I just I'm a little bit worried about drafting all this white, but I guess I'm already committing to running serious amounts of planes anyway, so I might as well take good cards, right? Okay, this is probably all bad. Enchanted Carriage, I guess, is not the worst card in the world. It is a 5 mana kind of slow the game down card. That's an artifact. I'm a little bit light on big cards, actually, now that I look at it. I could take this. But it's not really a finisher of any sort. It's just a way, I don't know, I guess it can be. I feel like my Fairy Vandal is my flyers are the finishers. Just make giant flyers with all the glitters. But I'm not guaranteed to draw that. Huh. Funny, this actually survives the Realm Cloaked Giant. Because it's not a creature. When it's an artifact. I think actually Runaway Together might be fine. I have a number of creatures. In particular, I'm thinking of my Tome Raiders that don't mind being returned to hand. And perhaps even any creature might be if they're about to remove it. I don't mind returning it, and I can bounce one of their things to annoy them or to get rid of some big... It's flexible. I don't think it's really worth taking, but I like it better than the Carriage, actually. Well, here's another one. Okay, here's another draw multiple cards activate, or not activator, but trigger. I think we take it. Was I on camera when I was playing, or was it before that I was? I think I was, right, against this guy who had a Mad Ratter and just like he had a bunch of activators for it, of course, as one does. I think he actually had no, he didn't have Thrill of Possibility. He had that 3-mana red card that is an adventure and also a 3/2 creature, and both of them give you a way to draw cards. But he also had something that was some rare that was like red sources or no creatures you attack with do extra damage or something like that. It was pretty horrible. I got ruined in that game. I don't remember if it was on camera or not. We could take a Witching Well and just activate it some more. Scry for our good stuff. Sure. And this is all not what I want. Sideboard of True Love's Kiss, maybe? I don't know. A 4-mana double white card is a little bit hard to swallow. Cow? Bloodhaze Wolverine is just like not really what I need at this point. I have so many 2-drops. And this is a more aggressive one than I don't know. I'll sideboard it, whatever. I'll probably sideboard this one too. Mantle of Tides is the only... I mean, I'm not taking this, right? Right. It's unlikely I would run this, but maybe. These are all bad, so give me an aggressive card. I already have plenty of cows, but... Well, I mean, this is an enchantment, I guess, and it creates an artifact. And it's a defensive enchantment? Okay, sure. Alright, so let's sort out what we actually run here. First of all, it's giving me 5, 6, 6. Does that make sense? I think I would rather run one more island and one less mountain. Oh, I have no idea where the island I'm running is. Let's just delete all these and run 7 of these bad boys. Okay. Now, what else could we add? We could add another Mantle of Tides. Let's also look at what we could cut. We could cut a Mantle of Tides. It's not amazing, but it could do something. All the glitters I think we're keeping. Like, how many artifacts did we end up with? We have 4 artifacts and 3 enchantments, or the other way around. So all the glitters is clearly great. We could probably cut the Wolverine. I don't seem to be very aggressive at all. Yeah, let's get out of here. And it's just a worse 2-drop when defending, which is what I hope to do. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly why I have this belief that I'll win on value. I guess it's because I have flyers that can get large. That's my plan. That's how I kill them, is with large flyers. This is a flyer that will probably be small, so I can maybe cut that. Maybe I'll put it back, I don't know. But it's not one of my like top 20 cards right now. Thrill of Possibility, I think, is fine. Wishful Merfolk is just like a blocker. It's fine. I can attack with it if the situation calls for it, but that's not what I plan to do. So, okay, we're out. We don't want to add any more of these white cards. Probably not the Flutterfox, right? I don't think so. It would be actually like, I don't know. Maybe I should put in the Flutterfox, because we have a lot of artifacts and enchantments. And if this were a 2-mana 2/2 flyer, it could really help with, you know, sometimes just putting one of those down kind of wins the game. You get in a bunch of chip damage and they finally remove it, and then you just need a couple of medium-sized threats to win instead of something humongous. So maybe I will run that, I don't know. But I don't really want much of this blue stuff. I don't really want much of this red stuff either. Was there anything colorless I missed? There's the weapon rack, the signpost scarecrow. I keep wanting to call this a sparrow for some reason. Signpost sparrow. It's not the card that it is, though. I mean, we could run Weapon Rack. It's a way to turn my flyer plan into something a little bit more powerful. Okay, sure. And like just kind of a heavy card that is an artifact and also scries is maybe okay. Anything else I want to cut? Not really. I think we're good here. Mad Ratter is one kind of threat that will annoy the opponent. But I don't know, I feel like you guys are actually more of like blockers in a way. What exactly are these rats doing? I don't have any synergy with them. I guess you just accumulate enough of them that you can block a big enemy creature or something and kill it, or you just chump block until you draw a more important card that helps you win. I don't know, let's try it. It seems like a good card. Sure. I guess Improbable Alliance is as good a deck art as any. Realm Cloaked Giant is the best card in the deck, but we're not really a Realm Cloaked Giant deck. Okay. I mean, I have all the land colors, which is great. I have a playable 1-mana card and a 2-mana card. And I have some removal. Like, I don't have anything proactive, but this deck is gonna draw drawy hands fairly often, and this is one of them. The important thing is, like, I got my colors, and I'm not, like, my hand's not totally dead. I can do something with my mana. Hello. No, this one's hello. Hey, that's a cool card. I guess I'll wait to see what land they play before I opt. Why not? If it's a blue and they counter me, I'm happy enough, I guess. Unsurprisingly, they didn't. I'll take it, I suppose? I don't have any artifacts or enchantments yet, but hopefully soon. Opponent's also blue-white, and there's this artifact they have. We're going to play a red, though. And I guess I'll wait on this one again? No. I don't want to let them counter this, because it would be countering 2 cards. Plus, I'm discarding for it, so let's just get rid of a red. I don't need 2 of those almost ever. Okay. I still don't have, like, a clear way to accomplish anything at the moment, which is sort of an issue. I do have Charmed Sleep for this guy, though, next turn, which is pretty cool. And that'll activate my Shine Chaser. Yeah, I'm kind of chock full of removal at the moment. This is a weird hand. It's a complicated one to play. Slash to plan. I could block here. I don't think I should. How much do I care about 2 health is the question. I think I have a lot of good cards in my hand right now. I should be playing more for value. Or like to survive, because I should win on value is what I mean. So I could block like this and kill it before it becomes an issue. The greedy play would be to take damage here. Actually, this is going to be useful next turn to be able to block this once I put this to sleep, so I think I'll pass. Take the 2 damage. I can deal with this guy eventually with, like, for example, Scorching Dragonfire. Oh, it's vigilant. I missed that somehow. So I can even get in a little damage with it. You know, I wonder if I actually should have just not played anything that turn. And planned on the, what is it, cast off to clear the board. Are you gonna, like, do something cool to kill me? I actually wouldn't mind that much. Huh. I see. You turned off my, my creature's ability. Okay. So I think what we're gonna do is just play a plains here and then pass. Wait for the opponent to overcommit by playing the Shine Chaser, which I assume they will do. I'll take 5 more damage and be at 7, but then will that be good enough? Can I afford 5 damage? Maybe I should remove something first with this or this. I think my health is pretty important. These are both instants. Sure. Let's actually just do it next turn. I don't mind if opponent wants to counter one of them, I guess. I don't think they will. But if they do, that would be fine with me. This way, if they like buff one of their creatures, I can remove... I can 2 for 1. I don't think that's likely, but it could happen. Alright, they played several creatures, which is all I could really ask for. Now, I don't exactly have the board. My opponent still has the tempo advantage on me, but they committed several large things. And we're working up towards being able to play this 7/7. Now, because I spent my expensive removal instead of my cheap one, I could zap this this turn. And I want to play these 2 together, so I'm going to play these 2 this turn. Do I wait for them to attack? I think I just get rid of this now. Before they have more mana available to do something? I don't know. I think I'll wait, actually. I'm not sure why. Maybe I should think that through. Oh, also, I don't have enough mana to play these 2 together until I draw another land. I don't have to play them together. I'd have to play this one first. It just would have been nice to play them on the same turn. So, I don't know. If they want to counter my removal, I'm okay with that. What I really like is for them to play like all the glitters or something, and then I respond by killing this before it can resolve. You may reveal a non-creature and put it... Okay, I want to know what this is before I commit my removal. I mean, probably it's nothing good, right? It's just their sideboard. Oh my god, it's all the glitters. That was maybe the most disgusting thing that I could possibly have done that turn. pretty cool that they put all the glitters in their sideboard so they could do this with it. But I don't know, is that actually good? It's like instead of drawing all the glitters, they drew Fae of Wishes. I don't know. All right, there's a ton of cards. Cool. I'm a little scared that they have enough open to counterspell me, but not anymore. So let's get this down while I still can. Actually, it might be better to play the Mantle of Tides now so that I can like put it, say, here, and then I can attack with these guys more comfortably. I don't know. I think just like I'm so scared of Didn't Say Please that I kind of want to play this while it's safe. I don't even... If they want to block like this, go ahead, I guess. I assume they will. But now they have like less stuff to attach their cool enchantments to, right? My one mountain has done a lot of work this game, right? I got to remove 2 important creatures, and 1 sick enchantment. Okay, so Queen of Ice is tapping that thing. Oh, I don't like the Scalding Cauldron. Well, I could put the... Obviously you want to use it on the Shine Chaser, right? So I could put the Mantle of Tides on it and not have that problem. It's expensive, but... But now it can't be easily removed by this. You gonna flash in something that kills it? Oh, you're just gonna... I didn't realize that was big enough to block it without dying. Oh well. I guess it was still I was bluffing, right? I was bluffing that I had a card that would make that trade bad for them. Sure. All right, that's not the end of the world. I can just replay this. There was nothing good on it yet. Okay, you really want this giant out of the picture. I understand that. So we're playing this, and then I only have 4 mana left, which I think I use, again, in the same way so that the Cauldron doesn't get me. And then I just pass. I can't actually block, because then the Cauldron would get me. But eventually I'll be able to play the Weapon Rack and make this a 4/5. And then I will actually be able to block and kill it. It's a long game. Really? What is this card? I'm a little scared of this attack because it doesn't obviously accomplish anything. Wait, that's dumb. That's already being blocked. I let in 3 damage and it makes me a little bit scared. I could trade a rat for 2 damage, but I think I'll get better opportunities later. Let's just see what it is they're going to do here. Okay, they just wanted to get in a little damage. Here's a Witching Well. But I think what I need is for this creature to get just a little bit bigger. Actually, I get to Witching Well also. Should have done that first. So that I would know what I'm drawing, and maybe change my mind about the weapon rack. Also bait out a counterspell, maybe, not that it's likely. 6 Scry, by the way. I love not drawing those mountains. I'm not attacking with the giant because I don't want him to block like this and tap me. The giant is here to stop me from taking damage, not to deal it, I think. I don't know. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe it's important for me to kill that 2/3. Yeah, because otherwise I'm just like... Yeah, I don't know. If you want to do that, then like you only have 1 attacker left and I can kind of block it reasonably well. And if you don't, you take 7 damage. So I think they kind of have to block here, right? And then this gets tapped, and they get to attack twice, though? With it... Without this blocking? I think it's better to just threaten the damage. Because if I just hold it back and block, basically the same thing happens, except I didn't threaten any damage. And they had more mana available to cope. Let's go for it. I'm not sure if I was like reasoning through this correctly, but it seems about the same. But this way I guarantee to kill one of their creatures instead of keeping things static for a while. Okay, we did it. We made them stop attacking. So the amount of land that I have is 7 right now. And this costs 4. But I think it might be better to just play the Prophet and perhaps the Witching Well. Depending on how much I want, like whether I want to scry away more bad stuff, or if I top deck something good, then don't bother scrying again. Let's attack first. I guess the thing is you could also scry, and then if you like what you see, draw. But I don't really want to do that, I don't think. Okay. That's fine. I mean, it's now a 0/5, which kind of sucks, don't get me wrong. But at least it's not dead. It's still a useful blocker. And I can put counters on something else instead. Like my 1/2. I don't really want any of this. I mean, just drawing any creature is kind of cool. Maybe I'm okay drawing this next turn. Yeah, that wouldn't be the end of the world. A 3/2 is pretty good right now, in fact. Let's do it. I can even wait on the weapon rack. Because making this a 2/3 doesn't do much now that I have a 5/5. Yeah, let's wait. Do I want to play the Witching Well? I feel like I'd rather wait until I can scry like two. I can look at 2 cards that I might not want. Whereas here, there's 1 card I actually do want. There's no rush to spend this Witching Well. Opponent's clearly been playing faster than I have. 4 times versus 2. I wish it was like a little bit easier to tell when you're eating into the time that would be gaining you some of these. What was that? Oh, you want another card from outside the game into your hand. Okay, I hope you don't have anything else good. I think I've used up all my removal, actually. I had those 2 red removals and 1 Charmed Sleep, and I don't remember anything else. Oh, and the Giant, which I have indeed played. But this is a value engine for them for sure. Alright, this isn't doing that much. That's fine. So let's scry. Oh, so glad I waited. And attack with the 7/7 and the 5/5 probably. I'm sorry, the 6/6. I could draw first. I probably should have, right? Yeah, I should have. I do not. Well, I might as well have this resolve first, so that if I wanted, I could put the mantle on a rat, but I don't. Oh, I still have to choose the target before it goes on the stack, right? Okay. Okay, this seems like enough. I assume they block the Giant because it's vigilant, but maybe they block this. I don't know. Seems about the same, honestly. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. And instead of the Merfolk, I'll play this guy. Well, it's got flash. I guess I could wait. It's hard to imagine it mattering. But sure. It lets me keep mana open to scare my opponent. Maybe I have some counterspell. I don't know if there is a 2-mana counterspell. And yeah, I think so. Rude. More Fae of Wishes. It's a good card for them, for sure. Cauldron away the 1/2. All right. I mean, they're hanging on for sure. Get those counters going, and they're of course glad they got rid of my. Oh, that's such a good card. Oh, on any creature. I thought it said this creature. Wait, it does. What is it? Oh, this is Mantle of Tides going off. Why is it off the screen? I might as well move it off this guy. That's certainly true. Let's put it on a rat, I guess. Or no, let's put it on a flyer other than Fairy Vandal, so that I can attack with 2 things. The rat accomplishes the same thing, but this way they're both flyers, which is cool, I guess. Opponent's hand is empty, so they're not countering anything or surprising me in any way. I don't think I weapon rack right now. There's nothing I really want to commit to. Let's just attack. Get in a little damage. Oh, I can't attack with this. I'm dumb. Could have put it anywhere else. The rat would have been better, actually. I might as well play the merfolk as well? I don't know. I have plenty of creatures. I'm going to hang on to this in case they have, for example, cast off the same giant that I played. At least that way I'll have a little bit of reload. Actually, I have reload with this. Maybe the point... Maybe I was thinking I would want to activate Witching Well at some point to, like, trigger a 1/1 creature. But I think I want to save all of these things as, like... How can my opponent possibly win? Answer, they play a big old board clear, right? And in that case, I want these available to put some more stuff on the board quickly. So I think I shouldn't spend any of this stuff. Obviously, like, this is free to spend, so I should do it. But I shouldn't spend any of my other resources that I can hang on to. Yeah, so let's just go with this guy now, right? What color do I want available? Probably blue? I don't know exactly what I could have where it would matter. Wait. Oh, I have way more land than I thought. Let's just keep all 3 colors available. Am I crazy? Oh, I see. It's not showing me, but it's... I need to use the red. Okay, this is fine. I keep several blue and 1 white. That's fine. Oh, you still... Okay, the order... I would like this to go first, but these things still have to target first, so it doesn't actually help. Put a target on... Or put the counter on... Actually, where it is sort of fine. I guess I should have attacked a bit more so they'd be required to block. Like if I... Oh, I have... Yeah, if I attacked with 2 rats, they would have to block something big with this and lose it. No, they would just block one of these. Maybe if I attacked with all 4 rats? 4, 10... 4... Yeah, they... Yeah, I think if I attacked with all the rats, they would have to lose the Fey of Witches. Or no, they can block and then throw... Oh! You don't have enough cards to activate the... I forgot this thing costs cards. Okay, anyway, that'll do it for me. That's really all I need. Okay, yeah, let's kill him. Whew, long game. How deep into our decks did we get? I want to check out the battlefield here real quick. Rank up! Amazing! Get out of my face. I did have only 12 cards left, and I knew that they were all lands. Maybe I shouldn't have been, you know, choosing to take it slow so much. Maybe I should have been activating this more. I don't know. Well, cool. We won a game. Did we get lucky? Did we get unlucky? It's really hard for me to know, since I'm bad. There you go. But we're 1-0 after over an hour. I think that game took as long as the draft, didn't it? It was at least 20 minutes. I didn't look at how long the draft took. But I'm like a pretty slow drafter. I'm getting faster now that I sort of know the set. Ooh. A bunch of Tome Raiders I think is good enough, and 3 lands. I have this removal, which is not doing anything yet. Like, but I have plans. I have some 3 mana cards. Wow. Give him the old, hello, I'm also blue. I should have played the Witching Well first to see what I might be drawing, to help me decide what to play. Ooh. I might just keep both of these to guarantee that I have enough land to play this on turn 4. I think I should do that. The question is, do I wait on the Tome Raider to activate this? I think the answer is yes. I don't seem to need tempo yet, but I guess we'll find out. Depends on what opponent does next turn, maybe. Yeah, let's go for that. Okay, Tome Raider. You know what? Actually, though, I think I shouldn't wait. Because I kind of need more stuff, and I have quite a lot of activators for this already in the Tome Raider and the Witching Well. So let's just, like, try to draw 2 more things. Draw towards, not numeral 2. Draw in the direction of more things. Really? I guess it's a defender with reach. You don't seem to have... It's also, like, an evasive. It can break stalemates, I guess, sure. No attacks. Oh, wow. You actually have removal for that at 1 mana. I thought this card was going to be terrible in every deck, but they totally made it work. That's insane. Alright, opponent is doing a much better job of being aggressive than I am, which is sort of fine because I'm not really an aggressive deck. Hang on, did opponent not... Oh, this had Summoning Sickness, sure. Alright, good news. I have this giant available now. Which I think means that I just, like, spend my mana on these artifacts for a bit. I don't really want to draw an opt. I don't have any activators for the, like, multiple cards thing, so it's just, like... It's a slightly better... I don't know. Yeah, if you can scry past an opt, you would usually prefer that to scrying the opt. Because, like, you draw a card, and then you draw either this, one of 2 cards, and hopefully one of them's good. Whereas now, I get to draw this instead of the opt, and I get to draw both cards. So, yeah, this is better. In general, you do not want to take opts, I believe. Unless you have some reason that drawing is especially good for you. Yeah, and I do want the Searing Barrage. Not sure what for yet exactly, but for something. Oh, I didn't say please. That's fine. I have much more important spells that I don't want them to activate. I'm actually thrilled to see that gone. I hope they play a big creature and then I murder them. That's the idea. If they don't, I can wait. They're only doing like 3 damage a turn. I could maybe like do something else instead, I'm not sure. Activate this. Okay, yeah. Let's just draw. Please help, I don't have any good cards. And then when they go in for the kill, and blam, I cast them off. Plus, I actually do kind of want to start drawing some lands. Okay, but we can't really wait a lot longer at this point. We do need to play the giant pretty soon. I'll block. I'm killing all creatures next turn anyway. You got me. Oh, another counter. This is disgusting. I was like, they already played their didn't say please. How could they have another? Very rude. I guess I'm losing. Actually, my Shine Chaser could save the day all by itself. Now that they spent a bunch of counters, maybe? I have to get it down there pretty damn fast, though. Not again. Please! Alright. And I think... it tapped that way, huh? Why would you leave... I didn't look. I should have left blue-white open. Oh, I only have one blue. Interesting. I didn't have that choice. So I'm still taking, like, kind of a lot of damage, but at least now I can block this guy. Or this guy, whatever they, Okay. I think I blocked this one, in fact. The fact that this is a flyer is not such a concern to me. Like, if you kill it, you just move the equipment later. Whereas this, you actually kill more attack. I don't know. Flyers are kind of an issue. I can play more creatures, but at the moment I can't play more flyers. Yeah, let's block like that. You gonna draw a card and make this bigger? Yep. Discarding an island. Oh, you get to move it! Oh, that's so sick! Nice! I'm kind of dead here. I don't have any life gain to speak of, and this thing I can't remove, can I? This removes it. I don't have 2 blue, though. Okay, so I must play a creature. And the Merfolk seems fine. Although, since I have 6 mana, maybe I should play a large creature instead of this minuscule one that uses up all my blue anyway. Oh, yeah, I'm dead next turn. Right, because they can tap this on my turn and their turn. Okay, so we lose. That was a pretty cool game. Opponent had a cool deck and played it well. Had the counters at the right time, which, you know, a little lucky, but also I assume they were doing a good job of managing their counters. Letting me get away with spells they didn't care about and then saving them for something insane like Cast Off. Maybe my choice to wait 1 turn before playing Cast Off was what let them draw Didn't Say Please. I don't know. But also it let me do some useful things that I kind of needed to do, so I don't think it was a bad play. It didn't work out. Maybe it was a bad play, but it probably wasn't horrible. It's tough to know, though, when you're, like, edging on, like, you know, losing enough health to see if they're going to kill you. I can't play this. I don't have any blue. Yeah, this has no plays until turn 6. I don't know. I mean, it has no plays ever until you draw cards, and if you draw an island, it's pretty okay, but not insane. Whereas if you don't draw any islands, it's absolute hot garbage. Fine. I don't like this, but at least it has a 2 mana play and some hopes for other stuff. Let's get rid of this, the Ratter. It's a cool card, but I have no guarantee I can play it anytime soon. Oh, that's some sort of pay-to-win emote. Nice. I don't know. Pay-to-win is a meme. I say pay-to-win all the time, and like every time I clarify that I don't mean it's really pay-to-win. It's just like they're paying. Pay-to-skin is like the actual nomenclature for it. But it's just a joke, right? You say pay-to-win when opponents have something that clearly... There is no pay-to-win in this format, and that's why I play it. This is a perfect draw, by the way. Plains was gross. This creature makes me mad because they could trigger some draw like any time practically. So I can't really afford to block this way. Ah, they're not going to attack. Okay, that tells me they don't have... None of these 5 cards would enable them to draw a second card. Because they would have attacked with this to bluff it. Or not to bluff it, but... Oh, yes, please, I will absolutely get that out of here. That thing could be very scary to me in the future, and you're just like getting rid of it. Okay, we'll see what's coming up and then pop this on and start clocking in some damage, hopefully. These are both... Well, I don't want the Witching Well. Do I want... No, I don't have any red. Okay, well that's easy. This would take me a long time to eventually draw 2 cards. Maybe that's fine. Draw 1 card to draw 2 cards. I mean, I guess it is increasing my hand size. Okay, fine. It's pretty slow, but... Sorry, and then we were going to equip this. Start bopping them. Maybe they traded this because that was their last chance to trade it 1-for-1 for my 3-for-2 versus Mantle of Tides actually killing it. Oh, I really want some red land, but I'm clearly... Well, I could draw it off of this, actually. I'm pretty scared about how this is going. Oof, still no land. But I did draw Trapped in the Tower, which is pretty good. I forgot, I do have some more removal that wasn't any of the stuff I played last game. And that'll make the Shine Chaser bigger as well. Oof. Yeah, still no blocks, come on. Come at me, etc. Ooh. Oh, that's so perfect. So now I can trap this in the tower. Oh, or this? That's probably better, right? The 3-4 is not threatening right now. And this is a draw engine. So what I should do is remove this. Does 3 damage, so we kill it like so. Trap this in a tower so it can't use its abilities. And play a Witching Well. I kind of want both. Yeah, I want another land just to activate this. Uh-oh. Really? They must have some combat trick. You can come on in. I don't want to lose my Shine Chaser right now. I'll hopefully have chump blockers for days with this. If you want to trade your combat trick for a little face damage, you're welcome to, I suppose. Ooh, that's scary. So we play this first, that's very important. Then we draw a card to activate it. Keep it here. Go in for some damage. I kind of have to just like lose both of these guys, which is kind of a bummer. Because the attackers are gigantic and opponent apparently has some... Oh, it... Menace! I misremembered what this creature does. Okay, now I kind of have to block like so. And risk losing the Shine Chaser, which I don't like at all. But I'm kind of dead otherwise? Yeah. Well, that's the game. I think. Maybe I should have blocked with everything. That was a mistake. Yeah. Oh. Oh, you just missed lethal? Oops. Oh, it has trample as well. Okay, I'm dead. No? Yeah, that was lethal. Just put them both on the guy that was getting through, and then... I don't know, man. Yeah, good game, aside from you missing lethal. Well, I mean, that's red for you. It was pretty close, by the way. Like, I almost got there. I don't know. I don't really think I did anything wrong. And the deck did fairly okay stuff. Didn't do as much as the opponent's deck, which means it probably was not as good, or maybe it was just a bad matchup. Honestly, I think we drew very well. We got the Shine Chaser out just in time. I guess we got an answer to their 5-2 a tiny bit too late. But those Knights would have been a problem anyway, I think. A bunch of 4-5 Menace attackers is really problematic. And I don't know. Maybe I was wrong to trap their draw engine in the tower, and I should have trapped the Knight Errant in the tower instead. Too focused on like them. I sort of was like, oh, they're an aggro deck, they'll run out of cards and need more cards soon. But they weren't yet at that stage. And so I think it might have been better to kill the card that could do something, not kill, to remove the card that could do something meaningful to me. Because the 3-2 is just like, they don't want to spend 3 mana drawing a card for quite a while. Yeah, I think that was what happened. I treated them like a value deck, even though I knew they weren't. Because I'm not, like, really that well versed in how you're supposed to deal with various kinds of decks, it didn't really come totally naturally to me to see how dangerous the 3-4 that could give Menace was compared to the 3-2. Sorry to interrupt your regularly scheduled broadcast here, but once again, believe it or not, this deck actually went pretty far. Given that we're at 1 and 2 right now, believe me, I'm as surprised as you were. And so I didn't plan to split the video in 2, but it got pretty long. So I actually also couldn't find a good place to cut it. So I'm actually, like, you saw the beginning of the next game. Wow, an exciting teaser. But really, I just wanted to make sure the post-mortem of the previous game fit into the end of this video rather than being completely disconnected at the start of the next one. So I showed you guys that, and now you get a little teaser of the next game. You'll have to wait till tomorrow to see how it turns out. Anyway, we'll be back with the rest tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.